and I'm Christian, and we want to tell you about chilies. When you eat a chili, your eye will start be like a waterfall, and your nose will start running. It's going to hurt so badly, and you just want a cold glass of water. However, the water isn't going to help you out. It just spreads the burning feeling around your mouth. The best will be a cold glass of milk or water.
There's many things that people think is the best way to cure the pain from chilies. We want to test some of them and find out what's best to relieve the pain. When we started this project, we had a lot of questions. What are chilies? What makes chilies so hot? Where do the chilies come from? Do they affect the blood pressure? How does the body react to chilies? And what are chili used for?
What are chilies? The chili is a fruit, and it comes from a plant. The chili are sometimes so hot as it can make you cry. It makes you cry because it contains capsaicin. The capsaicin is the thing that makes the chili so damn hot. The capsaicin is actually so hot that if you take one pure drop of capsaicin and dissolve it in 100,000 drops of water, it will give you blisters on your tongue. However, luckily for us, it is not concentrated in the chilies. And it is not that concentrated in the chilies. There's a lot of people who think that capsaicin is in the cores of the chili, but they are not the hot part, but the hot part is actually the meat. That does not mean that the cores are not hot, it means that it's the other part that you should eat. When the chilies are cooked, the cores get some of the capsaicin in it, and therefore it's getting hot.
Where did the chili come from? Originally, the chili are from South America. Columbus and his men brought the chili to Europe. A little after he had discovered the America, he wrote in his diary, "On these islands, where the mountains are big, is the cold winter very harsh, but they are used to it and resist by spicing their food up violently with strong spices." Chili is actually one of the first plants in South America. Some tiny 6,100 years old chili seeds were found in South America with some other corns. It seems like they already then were planting chilies as a part of the agriculture. The chilies have also played a part in the pre-Columbian religion and the religious world. The chili varies in strength, and that is measured in units. To be more precise, Scoville heat units. The different chilies are then set in a scale, the Scoville scale.
Who eat the chilies? The only animal who eats chilies are birds. Birds cannot taste the chili. Besides the birds, it's only humans who eat chilies. The birds spread the seeds by eating the chili, and then it will become as excretion. And that is how the plant survives from extinction. Humans use chili for many things. One of the things is cooking. When you cook with chilies, the whole food can be used. Many people think that chilies isn't very healthy for us, but actually it is. It got 3 times as more C vitamins than an orange, and chilies can also be used as painkillers in medicine.
As said before, the chili is used for many things. One of those are medicine. Chilies being used for medicinal use aren't something new. Both the Aztecs and a lot of other Indian tribes used it against toothaches and pains in the sides. When the chili was spread out in Europe, the doctors found out how healing the chili truly are. It was found out that the chili helps digestion happen faster and is stimulating for body parts and organs that doesn't work optional. Chilies have also been used for eye drops. The way it was done was by taking the chilies, put them in some water and let them be there some time. Then take the water, pour it into the eyes. Just close your eyes and try to imagine the waterfall that would come and rinse the eye. Chilies also helps against headaches and tensions by expanding the blood vessels. As said before, the chili contains many C vitamins. That means if you were hit by scurvy, the best way to cure it was chilies. The C vitamins are also necessary to keep viruses and infections away. Scientists at Yale University School of Medicine have made much research about chilies. They found out that the chili is good against the provoked pain from chemo at cancer patients. They made some sweets with chili inside. They made them with so much sugar that it's hard to taste the chili and feel the pain. but the capsaicin still works optionally. Chili also have a possible preventive effect against cancer. It has been tested on rats and was proven that chili can stop cancer tumors from revolving. That is another good reason to eat chilies. Chilies can also be preventive against blood clots and can break down starting blood clots.
Hvordan fjerner man smerten? Der er rigtig mange teorier om, hvad der er bedst at fjerne smerten, og vi har lyst til at undersøge, hvad der virker bedst. Det vi startede med at gøre, var at finde en hel masse teorier om, hvad der virker bedst. De ting, vi fandt frem til, var at prøve var mælk, sukker, citronsaft, vand, is og fiskefløde. Den måde, vi finde frem til, hvad der var bedst, var ved at spise en chili og prøve de forskellige ting. Det skulle blive ind i munden i et stykke tid for at få resultatet til at være bedst. Vi spiste chilien og prøvede med vand som en af de faste ting. Det hjalp ikke, men gjorde det næsten værre. Citronsaften og is hjalp ikke, det store. Da vi kom til sukker, hjalp det en smule. Mælk var bedst, indtil vi prøvede fløden. Han hjalp meget mere end det andet. Vi ledte på nettet og fandt ud af, at det var fordi capsaicin blev opløst i fedt. Så vi kan derfra konkludere, at hvis man vil have smerten væk, er det bedste, man kan bruge noget, der indeholder meget fedt. Det kan være fløde og olie, at man så må på noget andet.
Hvordan reagerer kroppen? Når man spiser en chili, bliver man rød i hovedet, begynder at svede. Og det sker, fordi kroppen prøver at køle sig selv af ved hjælp af sved og øget blodgennemstrømning. Nogle gange kan det også føles som om hele ens krop ryster, og man kan ikke stoppe det igen. Vi vil teste det og se det på nogle testpersoner. Vi vil se, hvordan de forskellige personer reagerer på chili, om det ændrer deres blodtryk, og inden vi startede forsøgene, sørgede vi for, at testpersonerne havde et normalt blodtryk. Så fik de lov til at spise deres chilier. De tykkede på chilierne i 20 sekunder, og så fik de lov til at sluge dem. Vi sørgede for at tage deres blodtryk undervejs, for at se, om det ændrede sig. Der var nogen, der kunne sidde stille og slappe nogenlunde af. Det var dem, der gav det bedste resultat og havde nogenlunde normalt blodtryk. Dem, der ikke kunne sidde stille, havde et meget svingende blodtryk. Det tyder på, at capsaicin kun går ind og påvirker smertecentret. Det passer så ikke helt. Fordi regelmæssig indtagelse af chili over længere tid sænker blodtrykket. Det falder, fordi capsaicin går ind og udvider blodårene og blodkarrene. Og det gør, at det bliver lettere for hjertet at pumpe blodet rundt i kroppen.
Når man spiser en chili, er det jo forskellige reaktioner, alt efter hvilken person, der spiser det. Der er nogen, der slet ikke kan finde ud af at holde smerten ud, og for eksempel koncentrere sig om simple ting som råbeskive, og det fik vi så råbeskiverne til at gøre. Der er også nogen, der ikke gør andet end at flippe ud over smerten, og hvor ondt det gør i hovedet. Der er jo også dem, der er vant til at spise chili og stærk mad, som næsten ikke kan mærke smerten længere. Det er fordi capsaicin ødelægger evnen til at føle smerten, og gør dig vant til det. Dem, der havde lært sig selv med at flippe ud over smerten, fik dog stadig en rød farve i hovedet, og fik tår i øjnene. Men de synes ikke, det var så slemt, lige da de startede med at spise chili. Det er jo ikke kun personer, der er forskellige, det er også chilierne. Derfor brugte vi den samme sort af chilier til forsøgene, for at de ikke var så forskellige. Det gav jo bedst muligt resultat.
Vi vil gerne have lov til at sige tak til jer, fordi I gad at lytte på os og på vores fremlæggelse. Så vil vi også gerne have lov til at sige tak til Robert Karen og de andre, der har skabt internettet, så vi kunne finde noget om chili og lave vores Science Fair projekt. Tak til vores lærere, Ellen og Michaela, for at hjælpe os igennem Science Fair. Og tak til Jenny for at lade os bruge nogle af hendes timer til at lave Science Fair. Tak til vores familie og venner og alle dem, der hjælper os med at lave forsøg.